Derwin and Mirielle fell in love on a Saturday afternoon, way back when they were freshmen. She was drawing birds in a sketchbook, sitting on a bench by this horrible bronze sculpture of a bull moose with a set of antlers stuck in each nostril. Derwin was on his way to score some weed. He walked past her. She stopped sketching, and her eyes drifted over the notebook's edge. She brushed a little hair out of her face in case he decided to look back. He did. She was wearing a purple and red sundress over a black leotard, silver bracelets, nylon sleeves covering her forearms. If you come back here, you won't regret it, she thought. Derwin stopped, only slightly out of sync, and turned around. He rested a cowboy boot beside her on the bench so that his knee nearly touched her shoulder. "You want a cigarette?" he asked. She looked out toward the park. "Smoking is a tax on stupid people," she said. He didn't quite laugh out loud, more of a snort. He pulled a filterless from behind his ear, lit it with a match. Mirielle glared at him from beneath her luscious eyebrows. "Are you supposed to be like a bad boy or something?" He grinned with a fraction of his lips. "Let's go." "Go where?" "Anywhere." "I'm not going anywhere with you," she said. His cigarette braced the V of his fingers. He touched both tips to the cover of her book and tilted it toward him, glanced at her skeletal study of owls. "Art class?" "I suck at wings," she said. The heel of his palm brushed her knee. Their eyes met in a full-on optic collision. "You can drive," he said. "I'll draw." They spent 20 minutes breaking into a Buick, only to find out it had been unlocked the whole time, keys still in the ignition. They cruised up the highway and took a logging road into the mountains. He finished 4 pages of owls before they reached an avalanche that ended the road. He made her stand on the edge of a cliff that hung out over a valley of spiked pines and bare maples. He took pictures of her with her phone until they ran out of light. He said, "If I pushed you, you'd just fall into that cloud and float away." He told her to take off her bra, and she did it without disrupting her dress. Then she tied it around his head and laughed at him. She peeled off her nylons and hung them from his ears. They turned up the radio and sat on the hood of the car and shared cigarettes, and when a storm moved in to cover the stars, he drove her back into town and did not kiss her goodnight.